Yo, what up, guys? Beside here with the champion guide or champion spotlight for a legendary champion, Tyrant lxlimor. This champion has been in the game for a long time. You'll find him in the Demon Spawn faction right here. That here he is. Very old champion in Raid Shadow Legends, and in this video I want to take a look at his skills, where you can use him in the early game and where I rebuilt him right now to be used in the end game. I'll do some battles in those content and you will test him out. First of all, his character design was way back then when Raid designers or graphic designers were too lazy to come up with new ideas for champions, so they simply used the same skin for Prince Kaima right there for him, so he seemed like the same. I think Prince Kaima came out before he did, and they are kind of carbon copy. Is there any other third champion that looks like him? I don't think so. This other champion, was his name? Almost. Candlephone almost want to look like him, but they added a little bit of extras in Candlephone. So his character design is nothing to be special about, besides all the fire that is showing like this champion is gonna be an HP born champion, like most Demon Spawn faction are usually HP born champions. But what does this champion bring to your team? The most important thing that a lot of people might use him for in the early game is as an ally protection champion and as a HP born champion. Right here you have the HP born that has 100% to land on all the enemies right here when you use the books required to put it on a 3-turn cooldown also. So this champion, anywhere you think where HP burn is needed, Spider, Dragon, even Doom Tower, Hydra, he's gonna help you beat all those content with HP burn. So that's what we're gonna actually test out. Another reason why you want to use him is because of ally protection. Not just ally protection, but increased defense. Now this has boosted your allies defense by 50% and also make them take less damage, and he will take most of that damage that is being hit. But since they have already increased defense on them, hopefully they don't take too much damage, so he won't go down so fast. Usually ally protection champions want to protect themselves also, but I'm hoping he will place that increased defense also on himself so he can survive. The ally protection will only be placed on the allies, not himself though. So this skill can be put on a 3-turn cooldown. Just one book required. That's what you want to see from a legendary champion right here. One book required to put it on a 1-turn cooldown. Why this one is just how many books? 5 books right here. On his A1, this champion does do some healing for himself, so he kind of have some self-sustain, but it's kind of conditional. It heals this champion by 25% of the damage inflicted. That's conditional. So if he doesn't hit that hard in terms of high damage, he won't be healing himself by 25% of that damage. So if he just does like 100k hit, he will heal by 25k HP. So which is 2k heals will be enough for you. 3k heals here and there, it will be enough to keep this champion alive with this A1. But since he doesn't always use this A1 in battle, he's gonna be circling through A2 and A3. He might be going low, especially when that ally protection is out there. So you might want to build this tanky champion with some healing internally for himself, or pair him with somebody else who can do some healing back for him, or revive him if he goes down due to this high amount of damage coming in from the ally protection. So that's Tyrant's skills. That's not all though. His passive decreases the damage inflicted by enemies under HP burn debuffs. I tell you, this champion is kind of rare. They don't build champions like this anymore in Raid Shadow Legends, and it doesn't require much book. If they do this these days, they'll maybe make this skill very conditional where it's not even useful. He provides the HP burn. He decreases the damage they inflict to your allies by putting HP burn on them. So that's what is awesome about them, and that means he will also take less damage, increase defense. A very good champion. So from what we can see right here, it seems like he fits into the support role, right? A tanky support champion, somebody who you want to build very tanky. But the only way for this champion to do damage, help you do damage a little bit, is the HP burn. So two things we can already see. We are going to build this champion tanky, and we're going to have enough accuracy on him to land this HP burn, depending on the content you are trying to beat. If you do not have enough accuracy on him to land that A2, then you're just using him as a tank. But you have to really enjoy that what do you call it, HP burn. He has an aura to be put in the leader slot, 25% HP in all battles if he is in the leader slot in any battle you take him into. All right, let's go and see how I build this champion from early game up to this end game build right now. This champion has always been in stalwart set in my account. So stalwart set, why stalwart set? I will explain why, and I'll also give you alternative sets that you can use for this champion. Now, if you're new to Ray, just a month or two in, or even a year, you're beating the clan boss in brutal, hard, nightmare, you might want to just go straight to where is this set now? Lifesteal, right? You might want to just head straight to lifesteal, so that might be the best way to keep him alive in that early game where stalwart sets, you maybe don't have leech out there to be benefiting from this stalwart set, right? So this might be an early game build right here, because this same lifesteal set works in the clan boss, works in the dungeon, works in the doom tower, works in the hydra. So don't, think that this champion must be put in a stalwart set. I just use that more as an end game gear that I'm gonna show you where I use him right now. So that's the first recommended one for newer players coming in. Now, if you begin to get maybe somebody placing leech for your team, or a very, very awesome healer, then maybe you can pair him and have him in stalwart set. You basically want him to take less damage. Any set that you know that can make him take less damage is what you want to put on this champion, so you can survive a little longer. All right, let me scroll further to find which other sets can we put on this champion. Regeneration set. Most people maybe want to use him as a solo nuka or a solo champion. That would be an awesome set to put on him. Regen set is good for this champion right there if you want to have that type of healing, self-healing for him. If you want to be, he can solo something. Yes, any champion in Rage Legends who can have immunities, regen set, will solo most content that you put them in, whether it's dungeon or some doom tower bosses. So he's a good candidate for that. So that's one that can be recommended for maybe endgame players. I kind of save my regen set for special champions that need that, not just any champion regen set now. So that's why I'm giving him stalwart set that I really don't have or put on most champions. That's why I have a lot of stalwart set to have good stats for him. So he seems like the perfect candidate to have it. All right, let's see which other sets can I recommend for Tyrant. Not retaliation. I almost put him in provoke set for the hydra, so he can be one of the champions that is helping me place that provoke on that head that needs to be provoked. Yeah, I'll show you that hydra run and see that I'd have no provoke champion on one of my teams, and he might be serving that purpose in a provoke set, but unfortunately I did not have enough good stats on provoke set to make that work. So what other set? Immortal. Let's not forget about Immortal, because a champion who is taking so much damage and who needs to be built with high HP and high defense can survive very, very long in triple piece of Immortal. I even tried to give him one piece of stalwart and one piece of Immortal, but I didn't have enough accuracy on Immortal. That's why I went with this perception set, because he does need accuracy. All right, I think that's all I'm going to recommend for maybe resilience. There are many sets. Just think of any set that is going to make somebody tanky, and there you go, you can put it on him. Now, for some of the artifacts I selected, you need accuracy on the banner right here if you do not have accuracy on the chest, because normally if you put 2 accuracy chest and banner, you're going above 600 accuracy. So maybe you can pick one. If the early game accuracy chest is fine if you don't have a banner yet. So I went with not crit damage. Normally a damage dealer will have crit damage over here, but a tank like this who needs to survive clan boss and other content will need defense right here, and also for the ring defense. What do we have here? Defense. What do we have here? HP. He does need some HP because he needs to be high up there. For substats, I was looking for speed. Now this champion for clan boss might be a certain speed, 180. I forget the clan boss speed. Basically you want to tune in with all other allies in that clan boss, right? You want to speed tune your clan boss. So I was looking for speed, not clan boss speed. I was looking for speed for hydra speed. That's why you see me going speed right here, even speed right here, accuracy here, defense. So I was looking for speed substat most of the time in my stats, and right here I think I have speed. No, I didn't have speed right here. So that's what I was looking for. Total stats, I was able to get up to 246 speed. That's maybe high for the hydra, but it's more than enough for the dungeons. It's even too much for clan boss. But I build this champion to be a HP born champion for the hydra, and that's what it's gonna serve me for. I'll go my testing out in that content. So HP, I was looking closer to 70k HP. 65 is fine, 60 is fine, but 40 is a no for this champion. He's just gonna die very, very fast. But defense is high up there to make him mitigate a lot of that damage that is coming in. Also right here, 4,655 defense If you can go above 3.5, 3.5 is fine for clan boss. Maybe 4,006 for clan boss might be an overkill, but the more the better, I guess. So that's the stats I was looking for: speed, defense, HP, and accuracy. Accuracy right there, 362 is too high for clan boss. Also, for clan boss, you need about 250 accuracy, right? But this accuracy 260 is helping me place this HP bomb consistently on the Hydra heads, or even in Doom Tower waves, right? They have high resistance right there. Some Doom Tower bosses, this is the amount of accuracy you might need. So tailor the accuracy you need according to the content. I'm tailoring this according to Brutal Hydra. That's what I was building this champion for. So that's my stats on Tyrant. Let me head over and show you the skill, blessings. I don't have blessing unlocked for him right now, but Brimstone might be the perfect one for this champion because he's gonna be against bosses a lot. So that's what I think will be the best one. I don't even want to suggest an alternative one for you. Just give him Brimstone. Come on, he has the accuracy to land it because these days Brimstone does need accuracy to land. For Masteries, this champion is going with the normal clan boss Masteries. Nothing special about this. Fine, if you're in the early game, you don't have enough accuracy, you might want to pick up some right here and right here, but and maybe increase the duration of his HP burn. But I decided to go this way because I want him to be counter-attacking with his A1, and maybe healing himself up with that A1 that he's gonna be hitting. So that's it. War Master Mastery for a damage dealer like this for A1. Doesn't have multiple hits on his A1, so there we go. All right, it's time for us to test him out in some content, and the first content we are going to test him out where he shines as the HP Burn champion is going to be the Spider. So we can't just do this video without testing Spider first. A lot of newer players who are coming into raid will need this champion to help them beat Spider 20 or even get you up to Spider 24 and so. So I put together a simple beginner-friendly team right here that shows you that Tyrant lxlimor will be the main source of damage through HP bomb for us to take these spiderlings down. We don't have any way of stunning them. Okay, I do have stun right here, and I do have stun right here. Two ways to stun them so that they don't hit us too hard. But if they do hit us, let's see who can survive with our reliquary tender to revive us. So this looks like a beginner-friendly team that I wanted to showcase in this spider run and see how we go along. So he's gonna be the champion that is helping us, you know, with ally protection. He will place the HP burn first. That's what I want him to do. Let me put it on 1 speed, so we can see when he takes his skill. That's it. So let's see how many people did get HP burn on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Everybody got HP burn because this is the right affinity. He is magic affinity, while the Spider 20 boss is spirit affinity. So why wouldn't he land the HP burn on everybody? So this is how we're going to be doing damage to them through HP burn, while our Amiga, trusty Amiga, keeps the turn meter of the boss down consistently, along with the help of Deacon Armstrong right here, being the leader slot, adding a little bit of speed for us with that aura. And then let's see, we're not, I'm looking for that ally protection. Okay, ally protection is already out there. I didn't even notice it. So we are taking less damage, and Deacon has lost the ally protection. We do have a reviver if anybody goes down. So that's what a beginner friendly team looks like for the Spider. And do we have a HP burn again? Ooh, that hits too hard. When you place HP burn on these champions, you really don't want to hit them too hard. So he just decimated all the spiderlings. Now he kind of wasted that turn to put HP burn. If that's the best way to do damage for your team, you don't want to build this champion with crit rate or crit damage. Just like you see me, I did not add crit rate or crit damage to my Tyrant. Nope. Why? Because in the clan boss or in some other content, I think it's only in the clan boss, the champion, your ally protection champion, if he has high crit damage, he will take more damage from those ally protection hits. That's just some weird code. Even it happens with Skull Crusher and other ally protection champions. So the lesser crit damage you have on them, the lesser damage they take from ally protection hits, right? So that's just something to take note of. So you don't go building Tyrant with high crit damage, high crit rate. Maybe you want to do high 100% crit rate, but don't boost his crit damage with a glove or with an amulet. I don't think that's the best way to build this champion. Tanky and sustain. Is the spider boss gonna take a turn? Amiga, how could you let this happen? No, don't let her take a turn. Are we gonna end this now? Yes, we did. That's 2 minutes run right there for the spider. And yeah, that's the first content I want to test Tyrant in, and that's the best way to use him in the early game. The next content I'm going to use him in is, apart from Spider, any dungeon now. I tested Spider. It works the same way in the Dragon. It works the same way in the Ice Golem. Maybe it might work differently in the Fire Knight. I don't know if his best place is there. He doesn't bring a lot to the Fire Knight, I don't think. So let's head over to other more end game content where we can test out Tyrant. And even if I don't run this battle all the way to the end, I'll show you an example of how, or maybe had, where Geomancer will be the champion we take out and put in Tyrant lxlimor, recently used. Right there. So we don't want multiple HP burn, right? We just want one champion putting his HP burn right there, and we don't want somebody else to replace Geomancer's HP burn. So let's see what it can do in terms of HP burn and sustain. We do have a lot of ways to stay alive in this team with our options. So that's why I wanted to bring him provoke set for him, but he has he put his HP burn out there yet? No, he has not. I just want to put that HP burn and end this battle, and that's all he's gonna be doing for your team. Basically putting HP burn out there for all the heads, and whenever they take a turn right now, you see the HP burn ticking. I want one of them to take a turn and see the damage from the HP burn. Can we provoke this head so it doesn't cleanse it? Yes. So this champion is in the provoke set. I wanted Tyrant to be also be in the provoke set, but nah. Take a turn, I dare you. Protected, so when they hit us, we take less damage. Increase defense, I forgot about that one also. Are they gonna take a turn today? I just want to see how much damage is done to these heads on the HP burn hit. That's why I put it on 1 speed so I don't miss it when it happens. That's it. 20k, 20k, 20k. I saw it. So 20k all round for every of the heads who have HP burn on them. So that's something to take note of right here. HP burn is the best way to do damage in the Hydra. Normal, hard, or even brutal. HP burn has to be right there. So currently I use Geomancer for that purpose, but he can substitute because you need 3 teams, right? You can't just rely on one Geomancer. Then what about the other 2 teams? You need 3 different HP burn, Modecai, Geomancer, whoever you can bring in, CCR, Flame Tongue. Tyrant fits that bill if he's your only option. I know there are better champions who do it better than him, but he makes that happen. He can also beat weak hits, because you see right here, this head did not get the HP burn because of this red is what? Force affinity. Why he is magic affinity, so that's what a weak hit will do. Despite having enough accuracy, still can't land it. Alright, that's the second type of content that Tyrant might help you in the early game and also in the end game. So you've not started using him for the Hydra, he's a perfect candidate for that content. You might need a reviver and a healer like you see me using right there to keep him alive, because that ally protection. Also pray that your ally protection doesn't get stolen, because if that gets stolen, he will take so much damage from the heads that are hitting you guys. So that's something to note. Which other content can we test him out? That's the 2 main one I wanted to show you: dungeons and end game content. So you ask what of clan boss. I will not run a clan boss battle because I cannot close it off without actually closing the entire game, right? But I'll just show you a sample team. It's a similar team like that where Tyrant can help you. A beginner friendly team, maybe. Definitely not clan boss content champions right here, but let's see what we can put together. Not crazy champions now. We already have increased defense and ally protection, maybe double ally protection team with a skull crusher right here. That works. If you don't want to use Deacon, we can always go with our trustee. Increase defense and decrease attack champion, yes. And who is gonna be our damage in this clan boss battle? Maybe we want this champion placing poisons, more decreased attack, and I'm looking for weaken. How do we get maybe Razen to deal with the boss's buff that he places on himself? So Razen is trusty. Where is my Razen? There you go. So this looks like a perfect beginner friendly sort of clan boss team. If you don't have Skull Crusher, you can always use this other champion. Double ally protection is crazy good in in clan boss. So that's something like this will work. You have a poisoner, you have decreased defense and weaken, you have decreased attack, you have ally protection, increased defense. What more could you ask for? Ooh, I'm missing something. Something that has to do with somebody blocking the buff that the boss places on himself. And I think the best candidate for that will be Sepulchre Sentinel. Where are you? Sepulchre Sentinel, where are you? Show your face. Did I scroll past her? This champion is still missing in the free-to-play series, so we are still waiting for her right there. So this is a perfect team. You can't be stunned. You have your ally protection. You use one ally protection in the first turn when the boss is about to do his big hit, right? And then in the second turn when he's about to do it again, use that second ally protection. Use the Deadwood Jedi calculator to find out how to build double ally protection team like this. You need specific speeds on them depending on the type of clan boss content you are doing. But these days people don't build teams like this because everybody just relies on unkillable teams. That's why I don't want to run it, because it's just going to be a long run. But hey, it works. Double ally protection, Tyrant, and one other champion. Maybe counter attack with Skull Crusher. All right, is there any other place we need to show this guy off? I think that's enough showcase for Tyrant lxlimor. Take him to the Doom Tower. This champion will burn that is it Nether Spider? No, Frost Spider. So that's a good way to use that champion. Frost Spider. HP burn doesn't work against this one. Don't bring HP burn to this boss either. So there are some bosses that just works with HP burn, and especially that Frost Spider. That's the one I can think of right now. And yeah, he will work against the wave also to burn them slowly but surely. You can bring in Tyrant along with other tanks if you don't have any other way of doing damage, or you don't want to bring in squishy damage dealers. All right, that's my showcase for Tyrant lxlimor, an older champion that is in my vault right now. This year 2023, I have not used this champion. I will not come in here and deceive you. It's because I have so many other options right now. So I just brought him out of the vault to put this new gear on him and showcase him in this video, and it goes back with all these other champions that help me in the early game, help me in the end game. But now I have better ways of surviving, and I don't need an ally protection champion to keep me alive. When you have a Duchess, you have, you have ways to keep your team alive. So by the time you begin to get this champion, Tyrant kind of takes a back seat. That doesn't mean that he's no longer viable. I can remember how very helpful he was in helping me beat that Doom Tower. I mean, faction war, demon spawn faction also. All right, let me end it right here. Help me hit like in this video. Tell me how you built your Tyrant, which artifact set are you using, and where do you use them in the comments below. Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more daily raid Shadowlands content. Later, guys.